All right, I thought it would be beneficial to talk about this problem. This is 24B. This is solving a system of 3 variables. And the only way that we did this in class was using matrices, and we used our calculators and used the reduced row echelon form, or RREF, as you might remember it, to find x, y, and z. So it's important to note with this, the first step in solving this system is to correctly put all the coefficients of the variables into a matrix that is 3 by 4. Okay, matrices have dimensions, rows by columns. The dimensions of matrix, system matrix always has more columns than rows by 1. So in this case, there are 3 rows and 4 columns. If you notice, the first column is the x column. The second column is the y column. The third column is the z column. And then the fourth column is your constants. So that's going to be important, especially if there are variables missing in any equation. You need to hold that place with a 0. So let's just put in the coefficients. So the first row has first column, column 1, -3. Column 2 is a coefficient of 1 for y, -1 for z, and -2 for the constant. All right, the next row, 2, -1, -2, -12, 4, 2, 1, and 1. So this is how you write that system as what we call an augmented matrix. So if you ever hear the term augmented, that's what it means. So now I go to my calculator and I hit matrix second, and you see the red button that's highlighted. That's how you get matrix. And I want to edit any of these matrices. I'm going to edit A. I like to keep everything in matrix A. And I have to enter the correct dimensions. Here's where you need to know. There are 3 rows, 3 by 4, 3 rows and 4 columns. Now you just type all of the coefficients. Every time you hit enter, it's going to tab down the row that you're in. So it's going to be 3, 1, -1, -2, and then it's going to ask you for the second row. So it's 2, -1, -2, -12. All right, the third row, 4, 2, 1, 1. All right, and a suggestion of mine at this point is to go back and tab through your matrix and just make sure that everything is exactly like you want it. Because if you missed a negative, you missed one little thing, your whole matrix is going to get messed up and your answer is going to be completely wrong. So it looks like mine's good. So I'm going to quit out. Okay, so now matrix A in my calculator consists of this 3 by 4 matrix. All right, so the function that I use to solve this matrix is under math, and it's going to be, I go up first, and it's going to be RREF. All right, that stands for reduced row echelon form. And what I want is the reduced row echelon form, and I go back to matrix of the matrix A that I just put in. So it's a kind of a long process, but we practiced it in class, and maybe you just needed a little bit of review. So when I do that, I get that matrix. So the resulting matrix, a lot of times students are like, well, what does that tell me? Okay, so what this tells us is the answer. Okay, what is x, what is y, what is z? That's what I wanted to find. So this is your x column. So there you got x. 1x equals -1. All right, your y column, you got 1y equals 0. And then your z column, 1z equals 5. So you need to make sure that you know what that system, what that reduced row echelon form of that system told you. Okay, so that's the process of solving that system in your calculator using matrices. The processes that we talked about, how to put matrices in your calculator, that can be used to multiply matrices, add matrices, and all that stuff. So if you were not sure how to put them in or forgot, all this stuff here kind of can help you with that process as well.